Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Time Out Cricket Podcast. Myself, Avik Banerjee, with Bishujay Kumar Das, my partner in crime. And today we have a special guest with us. And Bishujay, will you do the honors, please?
Thank you, Abhi. Yes, and as there was a small surprise in my last video, I said a special episode is coming up. We would like to welcome Dr. Arcojit Ghosh, who is specialized in diabetology, and I have known him for a long time. He is not only a doctor, but also a cricket analyst, I must say. He has impeccable knowledge on the nitty-gritties of the match, of cricket, as per the game. So again, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ghosh, and welcome to our channel.
Hello, everybody.
Now, let's move on to our first question because this particular episode is entirely dedicated to the COVID-19 pandemic and the effect on the cricket world. Now, we know like the whole cricketing world is getting affected for the COVID-19 pandemic, and being a avid cricket lover you are, I want to ask specific question regarding the whole bio bubble thing and all the COVID-19 stuff happening throughout. We have heard lot of terms this year, like bio bubble, breach, and lots of stuff. So we're going to ask specific question regarding that. So I'm going to start off with the first question. That is, first, please explain what is bio bubble. We are like right now listening it this to everywhere, like bio bubble, bio bubble, bio bubble. What is bio bubble?
Okay, so let us be very clear about what this bio bubble is. It is not a bubble which you see on the surface of water or a cold drink. So, this is not a bubble, it is actually a setup. It is actually an environment. See, when a team, the playing and the non-playing staff is declared by the management, this entire crew enters the hotel and from there they are tested for COVID-19. After these players are actually kept in a confinement, which means these players will stay in a particular living area in the hotel. They have a particular dining area where the dining staff and the hotel staff are committed to this bio bubble. These players will move out in a bioprotective vehicle to the ground. These people will not interact with anybody else other than the people in the bubble. They will move into the stadium. They will move into
Hmm.
the dressing room.
Hmm.
Dressing room is also a part of the bio bubble.
Hmm.
They will move in and out of the dressing room up to the playing arena, which means the cricket pitch or the ground, and they will come back. So this is a compact system. No one is allowed to mix with anybody else, including their families. I repeat, I reiterate, including their wife and children. They will stay confined to this kind of an atmosphere throughout the play period. And to precede this, the players are brought into the bio bubble. They are kept for a 14-day quarantine, which is the normal incubation period of coronavirus. After that, they are repeatedly tested. They are tested in between, and after 14 days they are tested, and then only they are let alone in the field. Now, see, if we take into account this Indian team was having a bio bubble, England team was also having a bio bubble. So we have to make sure that both these bio bubbles are secure, because if anyone is having COVID infection in England team, he may spread it into the entire bubble of their team, and they may contaminate the Indian bubble also. So we have to maintain both or the multiple bubbles during the period. So this is overall an idea about the bio bubble. No one is allowed to enter the bio bubble all of a sudden. So that is why you see that you don't get these substitutes so easily in modern day cricket. You have to wait for the other players to come in. Like Rohit Sharma, who was injured during IPL, had to go to Australia, stay outside the bubble for 15 days to complete his quarantine, and then only he was allowed to enter the bio bubble. So he missed the Melbourne test. I think all of you closely remember that. So this is all in all the bio bubble, which is very often talked about. Of course, there are some breaches, but we'll come to that later. But this is overall the structure of bio bubble.
Sir, I have a yeah. Sir, you explain that in a like for a no. It is very easy to understand for a non-medical person also. Thank you for that easy explanation. I will just, come to a very, what should I say, a question which is haunting me, a very illogical question, you may say. Why aren't spectators allowed in the cricket in the stadium? Why can't we see IPL? Why couldn't we see the England series? Only few games spectators were allowed. Is it anything has to do with the bio bubble, sir? If you could tell me just.
Spectators are on one end, Bio Bubble is on the other end. You have seen of late during the post-match interviews, it is the television crew does not come out to interview the players. They are the audio is played and the players speak in front of a microphone, which means that they are secured in the Bio Bubble, which is away from the commentary team. The commentary team is not a part of the Bio Bubble, so commentary team
Okay.
is not allowed to come close to them. The audience is because of the spread among the audience, the spread of virus among the audience. See, initially it was thought that okay, in the second test match at Chennai, when the infections rates were low in India, they allowed spectators. I mean, 50% of the seats were occupied. So in India we usually have bucket seats all around the country, all in among the major stadiums in the country. So you can leave one seat and sit in the next one and fill 50% of the crowd. But later on, after two games in Ahmedabad in the T20 series, the infection rate started to grow up. So the authorities did not want to take any chance and they stopped the audience from coming in. So please do not mix audience with the players. Players are in a separate bio bubble.
Okay.
Audience are not mixing with them. In fact,
Okay.
if anyone is talking, if any player is found to talk to the audience, he is breaching the bio bubble. He is not allowed.
Okay. Okay. So, whatever I get to understand from what you are saying, it's a stringent and a very rigid thing on a layman's term. What,
Absolutely.
according to me, it might affect someone's mentality or mental calmness because we have seen recently, as you are also aware, Josh Hazelwood, Josh Philippi, they are not part of IPL because they said that they cannot go through another bio bubble. And after that, there is a Australia series, Ashes is there, there is another bio bubble. So many players are backing out. Or as England team said, the rotation policy, which is much talked about because of this bio bubble. So how does it affect a player's mindset? If you could just, or person's mindset, if you could just say, sir.
Yeah, I think what I have explained is good enough to understand why is it affecting the psyche of the players. You are not allowed to meet your wife, you are not allowed to meet your children during that entire stay, which means 15 days prior to the start of the series, after which we are allowed to go out for practice and net and the gym and all. So 15 days prior and the gym session and the practice sessions. After you come back from the overseas country, in India, you have to stay for another 15 days of quarantine. Only after that you are allowed to meet your family. So it is very hard. It's very difficult for a player to accept that you are not allowed to go out anywhere during that bio bubble session. You are allowed to stick to stringent laws of bio bubble, and it is very draining for a person to go through this without meeting his family, without meeting his friends for such a long time and staying in the bio bubble. Even they are not allowed to go out on the road in front of the hotel. They are
Oh,
not allowed to go to any shop outside the hotel. They are not allowed to go to anywhere to dine because everything is actually within in a restricted premises. So that actually is really taxing for someone. Anyway, but even in this COVID period, the game and the show has to go on, and that is why I think this is some sort of a settlement to allow the players to at least get some games, get cricket and football and everything going.
so I have a small question. After that, I will hand over to my friend Abhi. Sir, I have like gone through some tweets where they say that there is a 10-day isolation or a 7-day isolation. Like Akshar Patel was COVID positive when after he was found out, there had to be a 10-day isolation, and after that he could join after getting the negative test. So, sir, what is that 7-10 days? What is the significance of that? If you could just
See,
tell.
the modern ICMR guidelines suggest 14-day isolation for a symptomatic patient and 10-day for an asymptomatic patient. As Akshar Patel was asymptomatic, so he has to come out of the bio bubble so that he does not infect the remaining in the bubble. So he will serve his necessary quarantine, get a negative test, and get back into the bio bubble. So that is the simple understanding of actually coming out
Okay,
of
okay.
the bio bubble.
Thank you so much. Ovik, please.
Okay, doctor, I have this question. We saw Rohit Sharma during the Australia tour. Rohit Sharma joined the team and then went out for a lunch with couple of other Indian players, and one fan paid their bill. And after that, certain things escalated. People started tweeting that this is a bio bubble breach, and even we have seen in PSL cancelled due to lot of bio bubble breach happened. So, what is this bio bubble breach?
Bio bubble bridge is very easy to understand after what I have explained. If you move out of this by any means, it is bio bubble breach. If Rohit Sharma is going out with two other players to a restaurant and where some fan pays the bill, so he's breaching the bio bubble. He is not allowed to interact with anyone outside the bubble. He is not allowed to do that because of the spread of infection. He may acquire the infection from someone outside and he may spread it within the bubble. Now, you know what can be the consequences if both the teams suffer COVID-19 in a major way when infection from one bubble will be spread to the other. That will actually cease all the cricketing actions around the world. If any kind of thing this is reported anywhere where massive infections are found in between two bubbles. So
PSL, I guess, is the biggest example.
yes, and
PSL, I guess, is
there is some talk that Sachin Tendulkar might have got the COVID-19 virus during that road safety series from somewhere.
yes. Because after Sachin, I guess there is Yusuf Pathan, Irfan Pathan, S. Badrinath, like a chain. Everyone was having
Yes,
COVID positive. This thing. What you say,
thankfully,
Exactly.
it makes sense.
The whole
thankfully,
stadium was
the
packed stadium. There was
Yes.
packed stadium. There were, I don't think nobody was like maintaining any kind of bio bubble there. I don't believe so.
no, I think the stadium. Once again, I reiterate, it has nothing to do with the spectators and
Okay.
the players. Players are maintaining a separate bio bubble. Players are
Okay.
not allowed to interact with spectators.
But I don't think so. They
Okay.
have maintained the bio bubble in the
I think
player
they have
squad.
not
Yeah, right.
yeah.
So
So
I
if this
have
kind
this.
of reported, if this kind of a thing is reported in a major series,
Hmm.
that series will be cancelled, and the repercussion of that and that will be transferred into the other series around the world also. The others, the other, it will take toll on the other ongoing series around the world also. So one has to be very careful in maintaining bio bubble. I know it's very
Okay.
difficult, but that is how we have to keep the game going now. I mean, in the next 1 year or
Okay.
so.
You just
Uh,
answered my second question, where like I was about to ask, can it jeopardize the whole tournament? So you just answered
yes.
it. So I'm not going to
Yes.
waste my time. Mr. Jai,
Okay.
please go ahead with
Sir,
your
now
question.
enough of medical talks. Now let's go what the podcast is known for, cricket. Okay. Now I will not ask question to Dr. Arcojit Ghosh. I will ask question to Mr. Arcojit Ghosh, who is a cricket analyst, a cricket fan. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Ghosh, my question to you: IPL, good, bad. There are too many columns written on this thing, especially from other cricket communities. Many people question IPL. Many people say IPL is the turning point for Indian cricket. Sir, your thoughts? IPL, good, bad, effect on Indian cricket. If you could throw some
Um,
light.
IPL has been played for 13 years now. It has its goods and bads. The bad thing which we have witnessed, let me say the bad thing first. The bad thing is what we witnessed in the recent test series, the players' inability to play spin. The players are not getting enough of Ranji Trophy matches. Now with the IPL coming in, some of our players who used to play regularly in England, the county cricket, players are not playing county cricket, so that is why you see a lot of collapses, batting collapses in England, lot of inability to play spin in India. So this is, I think, one of the major things which I've in fact talked to Vishajay very many times after the Chennai first test debacle. The second is the benefits. You must say that players like Jasprit Bumrah, Rishabh Pant, and Hardik Pandya have come through the ranks of IPL. Of course, I must thank the Mumbai Indians team management because how they manage the uncapped players much better than anybody else. Mumbai Indians manages its uncapped players much better than anybody else. So they have actually garnered players like Hardik Pandya. See, Jasprit Bumrah had just two first class wickets before coming into Mumbai, and straight away he bowled fantastically. He was promoted to the Indian one day team and later test team, and even after playing 15 or test matches, he's the leader of the attack. So both ways, IPL has its good and its bad, but I would strongly advocate some of the players, you know, to maybe skip a part of the IPL and please play county cricket. I think playing county cricket is really lacking. If you see the success of Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, and Mohammad Azharuddin in England, they played county cricket regularly in England before those things happened.
Right,
Sir,
And India,
Ovi, you ask another question. I will just elaborate on my question on one part. So what sir is saying, IPL is beneficial, but not at the cost of Ranji Trophy. If I'm correct, sir, not at the cost of
absolutely.
domestic tournament. Or so I feel certain players say Cheteshwar Pujara, if he doesn't game, if he doesn't get more games for CSK, wouldn't it be beneficial for him to play county or some other player?
Absolutely, I think Chiteshwar Pujara should be playing county cricket. I think players like Shubman Gill and
Hanuma Vihari.
Hanuma Vihari is a prolific domestic scorer. So you can see Rishabh Pant who plays one day domestic cricket regularly. He was the only player who was dominating the spin bowling. Washington Sundar also plays domestic cricket regularly. He was dominating the spin bowling. Where you can see Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. I don't remember last when they played Ranji Trophy matches. The art of playing spin bowling comes from playing in those small venues in those rank turners and playing spin day in and day out. This is not
Sir,
this.
because why I'm saying that domestic tournament, I remember Sachin Tendulkar, even at the age of 35, 36, used to regularly turn for his Mumbai team and play. Whereas Virat Kohli doesn't play for Delhi, neither Rohit Sharma, neither hardly Ajinkya Rahane, because I hardly find them playing Ranji or even the domestic one day or T20 tournaments.
Yes, I think this is a serious thing which Indians need to consider. Indian players are capitulating to spin bowling regularly. I don't think Jack Leach and Dombes are spinners who can dominate on Indian conditions. I have seen players like Shane Warne. I've seen players like John Embury being smashed all over the park in India. So I don't think even Muthai Muralidharan was smashed all over the park by Sidhu.
Oh, we,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Because we have seen, I don't know why this is like very prevalent in Indian cricket team right now. Once you are playing IPL and you are in the national team, you are hardly playing first class cricket, and that is like, I don't know, that is dampening the whole prospect of the domestic cricket of India. And
Absolutely.
as you rightly added that playing county was more beneficial at certain stage, like Saurav Ganguly or Rahul Dravid, the names you have said. Even Cheteshwar Pujara played county last year as well. Not last year, I think in 2019, 2020, we didn't have much cricket. So
And we should not
2019,
we should
yeah,
not forget Azharuddin and Vengsarkar.
right, right. So moving on to my question. This is a very important question. Your thoughts on the 8 teams of the IPL,
Okay. So
and
first,
also the top four according to you. Two
uh,
questions to you.
see,
Yes, sir,
you
please.
have to you have to see how IPL is being played and the format this year. See, no team is going to play at home, so that if the core teams have been built in 2018.
Hmm.
2018 was the time when the mega auctions happened and the core team primarily was built. Number one.
Right,
This time, though that core team was primarily built on home conditions, as the players will play 7 matches at home.
right,
CKKR usually backed Mitchell Stark initially, then Tom Curran, and now Pat Cummins, based on that fact that Eden Gardens will provide bounce and they will keep grass on that. That is not going to happen. Remember, KKR will be playing most games at Bangalore,
right.
which is actually 180 degrees to what they were preparing for. So this is one factor which will be playing. Second is the bio bubble, how many players will actually turn up, and third is the availability of replacements, whether the players will be available readily for replacement or not if quite a few of them get injured. So with this, I will come to the bottom four. Let me say the other four will be the
Okay,
top. Okay,
okay,
so with the bottom four, I'll first enlist two teams, the Rajasthan Royals and the Kings 11 Punjab, because these two teams actually have got a lot of good players, but they have the habit of losing matches in a heap. you will see that they usually have a good stint initially, winning 3-4 matches, then they lose 7 or 8 matches in a heap. So this has happened to both the teams, and both the teams do not have that champions factor. I do not know why. So every time Kings 11 has produced something, they have lost it somehow. Okay, RCB was doing very well last year. They have lost it somehow. So RCB is the third team. And the fourth team, I think, is in the bottom four is, I think, CSK. If we think 2018 auctions, they made their core team was actually Dhoni, Raina, Duplessis, and Darren and Wayne Bravo. See, all these players are past their prime, and IPL, as you have seen, that why Mumbai Indians have been the champions for so many times. It is because their core team is good, and you are as good an IPL team as good as your core. If your core team is good, your IPL team is good, and I don't think the Chennai core team is good at this point of time. You just cannot rely on MS Dhoni to finish matches. You just cannot rely on a retired player like Suresh Raina, who's out of cricket, to be a regular, consistent number three. Duplessis has also retired. I don't think. Yeah, Ruturaj Gaikwad was good last year. Maybe Shardul Thakur and Sam Curran can provide them some extra bonus. But I always think about IPL in one way, that you have to win 9 matches. You have to win 9 matches to qualify. 8 is a bare minimum, 9 is the safe level. So I select the top four based on how the teams will find uh, somehow a way to win those 9 matches. And these four teams, I don't see winning 9 matches for.
This has been rightly
Okay.
pointed by you, Doctor, that definitely the 2018 template has been carried over throughout the years till 2021. Because I remember Shane Watson played an important part in CSK in 2018. Even in the final, he played a brilliant knock. But after that, when Shane Watson went away from the team, the whole team is tatters right now. Nobody is able to click. The top order is not making some runs. Middle order is not doing anything. So definitely, this 2018 template is definitely hurting. So 2022, I think mega auction will
Will
happen
kind of,
again. So
and I think
exactly,
Mumbai Indians will have a tough time over there, because of their achievements, some of their uncapped players got capped. They can retain three of them, and they can actually match two more. So
right.
they have got, see, they have the problem of plenty. I think they will retain Rohit, Bumrah, and Pandya, automatic choices. They have to retain any two of Krunal Pandya, Rahul Chahar, Surya
Pollard is
Kumar.
there.
Pollard is there.
Yeah, Pollard is there, but they can match one foreign player and one Indian player after that. So they have to
Yeah.
release two of these three, two of Chahar, Surya Kumar, and this fellow Krunal Pandya. They have to release.
Even Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, even Ishan Kishan. So three of those four has to be released. Thanks to the achievement, I think Mumbai Indians done tremendously well with their uncapped players. They really work
So
hard.
I will just go forward to this, what you have explained. You have said bottom four. Top four is clear: KKR, Mumbai, Delhi, and
SRH.
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 Sir, top two. I will be greedy. I will ask you who will be the two players playing the final. Top two, sir.
I think on paper, DC and I think Mumbai Indians is number one. I think hard contest between DC and KKR, because DC has been weakened by the loss of Shreyas Iyer. I think Shreyas Iyer will be badly missed. DC depends on Shreyas Iyer. I think Rishabh Pant will have an uphill task. I don't know how Steve Smith will fit in and how Steve Smith is going to perform in IPL. But yes, Mumbai Indians number one. It will be hard between DC and KKR.
Uh, Sir, before we end, I just had one question which popped up my mind, and I will take few minutes of your time. Sir, over the time we have seen the pace battery of India has been the talk of the town for the entire world. Okay, even in the Australian series we saw after our major pacers were injured, some backup players, some net bowlers punched above their weight and won us the matches. Your thoughts, sir, on the pace battery and what sudden change happened? Like why suddenly Indian pacers are now the talk of the town? If you could just throw some light.
Number one is Saurav Ganguly, who actually engineered this thought that we need to have a good pace battery. Number two is NCA. NCA Bangalore has done tremendously well in keeping players fit and producing good fast bowlers. So vision of Saurav Ganguly and the work of NCA.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you, sir. Ovik,
before I end off,
Yeah,
just
I actually
one.
end off. Before I end off, I would like to ask both of you with your top fours.
My we already discussed. We our list is almost same as yours because we are already doing the team preview thing. So our team, I think, Mr. We both agree on doctors. What doctor
absolutely like,
ordered right now.
yeah, exactly. Like what doctor ordered is absolutely, like perfect. Because see, again, it's a no-brainer. SRH, Mumbai, DC, KKR, they will be, they will be like in the top four. Okay, but if you ask me, I am very KKR is my home team. I am biased. I would like to see KKR playing the final. But
Me too.
on paper, I feel Mumbai, DC, and SRH have a little bit of edge ahead of KKR on
Right.
paper.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
But
So
KKR will have Andre Russell fit and back. So I think just talking of KKR, if Russell wins you two games and if other players contribute to win seven more, I think that the job will be done.
right. Exactly. So, ending off with one medical question. Now, this is a very general question. It's not related to cricket and anything. It's for general stuff. Now, we are going through two vaccines this time. Like one is the Covishield and one another is the Covaxin that has been given to the all the people right now. So, there is a lot of doubts with Covishield and Covaxin. So, if you just throw some light on it, like both are safe or not.
Both are absolutely safe, both are good, and it is very important that whenever your turn comes up, please go and get yourself vaccinated. Vaccinations are available in private counters at rupees 250. Vaccinations are free in government counters. If you're not willing to stand in the long queues in government counters, go to private hospitals or some polyclinics which are vaccinating people. I think at this point of time, only above 45 people above the age of 45 are
Right.
being vaccinated. But maybe in a month or so, I think above 18 everyone will be vaccinated. So both vaccines are good. Both vaccines are safe. A lot of our medical staff, including doctors and the non-treating staffs, have taken it. There has hardly been any adverse effect like fever and rash and all, and some injection site pain. Far and few. Even I have taken both the vaccines, and after taking the shot, I have done my duty also in the hospital. I've attended my chambers. Both vaccines are good. Both vaccines are safe. Please take it at your earliest opportunity.
Yes,
And
this is just a
once,
request to everyone. Just
right,
a request to everyone. When your turn comes up, please take the vaccine, whether in government, whether paying 250. Dada both this biryani is more than 250, guys. Please
right,
Yes,
don't wait. Don't wait. When your turn comes up, because see, it's not there is nothing to think about. The only way to fight the COVID-19 pandemic is by taking the vaccination. Okay, and help the medical workers, help people like Dr. Ghosh or many other doctor nurses who are working there. Just help them. You don't get to the hospital. Take the vaccine. Be safe. Yes, Obi.
and one last question again regarding the vaccine. If like there is another confusion, if one has taken Covishield vaccine for the first dose, is he okay with the second dose of Covaxin? The
no,
mix of those.
no. If he has taken Covishield, he will be given Covishield only in the second vaccine. If he
Okay,
has taken Covaxin, he will be given Covaxin. Both the
right.
vaccines are available in all the counters.
Okay.
So please go ahead and take.
You have
Okay.
to show the document to get that vaccine
You have to
second dose, same
Yes.
same
you
second
have to
dose.
show the Aadhaar card only. You have to go
Okay.
and take
Okay.
your Aadhaar card only. You will be registered there, and you will receive an SMS after the first as well as
Right.
after the second dose. You have to preserve the SMS after the second dose, because in case of foreign travel or interstate travel, maybe sometime in future, you have to show the vaccination certificate also. That may be
Okay.
required. I don't, no, it is required now, but it may be required. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
doctor. Thank you very much.
Himans.
Such wonderful insight in cricket as well as in COVID-19 pandemic. It was a like an eye opener for both of us and as well as for the audience. With this, we are ending our podcast session for today. If you liked our video, please do like our video, hit the subscribe button as well, and don't forget to hit the notification button, because we are creating videos each and every day, so do not miss our content. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, Vishajay, once again.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you to
Thank
all
you.
of our audience. Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.